Welcome back, focused learners. Ready for another edition of The Explainer? Today, we're taking a really deep dive into a topic that could, quite literally, save you tens of thousands of dollars. Fun fact for you, a full sewer line replacement, yeah, that can easily run you anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000, straight out of pocket. Ouch, right? So we're talking about exactly how to check sewer lines before buying a home. If you want to protect your wallet, your sanity, and your investment during your next real estate transaction, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get right to it. Picture this. You've just found the perfect house. The staging is absolutely gorgeous. There's a fresh coat of paint on all the walls, and the landscaping, just pristine. But we really need to stop and ask a vital question. What is actually lurking beneath your dream home? Think of a beautifully staged house like a giant iceberg. The beautiful, shiny parts you see above the surface are just a tiny fraction of the reality. Because right beneath the ground lies a hidden network of invisible, high-risk pipes. And if those pipes are failing, they can cause massive, highly disruptive, and incredibly expensive surprises almost the minute you move in. Okay, let's dive into this. We have a highly structured 5-step checklist from Dr. Drain that acts as your cure to the nightmare of hidden plumbing costs. We've got 1, the hidden underground threat. 2, step 1, gather your clues. 3, step 2, the video scope. 4, advanced tests and red flags. And finally, 5, document to negotiate. Section 1, the hidden underground threat. We're talking about the main line running from the house out to the municipal connection or your septic system, which is arguably the single most critical liability in real estate. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why you need a targeted inspection. Look, standard home inspectors are great, but they only note the obvious surface-level visual issues. They literally cannot see underground. A targeted sewer inspection, on the other hand, utilizes highly specialized video cameras and, when it's needed, actual pressure testing. It's just a completely different level of diagnostic evaluation that is specifically designed for those hidden threats we just talked about. Moving on to Section 2, Step 1, gather your clues. Before anyone starts digging up yards or running cameras, you need to channel your inner investigative journalist. Taking action here starts with asking the right questions and outright demanding these specific documents from the seller. Always request existing documentation right out of the gate. We're talking prior plumbing or sewer work invoices, past inspection reports, any information on cleanout locations, a history of prior backups, or even complaints about recurring odors. Trust me, if a seller has had drain problems in the past, there's almost always a paper trail. Digging it up now puts you in a tremendous position of power. You also got to look around the property itself to flag major environmental hazards before your inspector even pulls into the driveway. Be on the absolute lookout for older cast iron piping, massive mature tree roots situated anywhere near that main line, and signs of shifting soils. These are extreme high-risk environmental factors for plumbing. At this stage, you also want to confirm the property's basic layout, know exactly where the main line runs, and verify for sure if the home is hooked up to a public municipal sewer system or if it relies on a private septic tank. Section 3, Step 2, the video scope. It is time to bring in the big diagnostic guns. So what exactly are we talking about here? A sewer camera inspection, which you'll usually hear referred to simply as a scope, involves inserting a small, specialized video camera right through a plumbing cleanout to actively record the condition of the interior pipe across its entire run. It's absolutely vital that you, as the buyer, know exactly what this specialized plumbing procedure entails. That way, you can verify with your contractor that they are actually inspecting the entire distance, from the house connection all the way out to the property line. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the terrifying scale of invisible issues this camera can uncover. Issues that otherwise go totally unnoticed until it's way too late. We are talking about hairline cracks, extensive pipe corrosion, completely collapsed sections of the line, joint separation where pipes have literally pulled apart underground, heavy sludge buildup, and aggressive root intrusion from those mature trees we mentioned earlier. Any single one of these can be a total financial nightmare. Section 4, Advanced Tests and Red Flags. Let's see how this builds into Step 3 and 4, evaluating when a standard scope just isn't quite enough, and what visual cues demand immediate attention. So, depending on the property's specific symptoms, a licensed contractor might recommend going a step further than just the camera. Here we differentiate between 2 advanced methods. First up, pressure or leak testing. This is absolutely crucial for identifying defects, like tiny hairline leaks that just aren't obvious from a camera view alone. Second, flow checks. This evaluates if the line actually clears effectively and flags any signs of sluggish drainage under real-world usage. Now, not every home needs these, but they are vital tools if that initial scope raises some eyebrows. Pay very, very close attention to these red flag warnings. If you see or smell them, you must request stronger action than a basic inspection. Be incredibly wary of repeated toilet backups, especially right after a heavy rain. Listen closely for gurgling drains. Sniff around for raw sewage odors near the yard or basement. Believe me, your nose won't miss it. Look outside for unusually wet soil, weird depressions over the sewer line, or, worst of the worst, visible exterior sinkholes. These are severe, glaring symptoms of a failing system. Now, if your scope or your observations reveal serious damage, you cannot just cross your fingers, hope for the best, and sign the contract. You've got to pivot immediately. Ask your contractor for a comprehensive repair quote and a strict timeline for completion. You absolutely need these hard numbers in your hand before you close on the property. Otherwise, you're literally just buying someone else's expensive emergency.
Section 5. Document to negotiate. Moving into our final step, this is how all your investigation transforms you from a vulnerable buyer into a highly empowered negotiator. Here is your action-oriented sequence. First, before the inspection even begins, make sure you confirm that the plumbing cleanout access is actually reachable. You don't want to find out it's buried under a newly poured concrete patio or heavy landscaping. Second, once the scope is done, formally collect the contractor's written report and the dated video footage. Keep this. And third, leverage that hard data. Use the footage and the repair quotes during the appraisal process to negotiate financial credits or simply demand that pre-closing repairs are fully handled by the seller. So the crucial point is summarized perfectly by this insight right from Dr. Dreen. Sewer checks are most effective when you align them with your risk level. Look, newer homes might just need a quick camera check for your own peace of mind. But if you're dealing with older plumbing systems, mature trees right next to the line, or challenging soil conditions, your risk level is high. And high risk entirely justifies earlier, much more thorough testing. Taking a planned, documented approach right now is exactly what prevents incredibly expensive sewer repairs down the line. It's all about protecting your investment from day one. Armed with these 5 powerful steps, are you buying your next home with clearer confidence, or are you leaving your absolute largest investment up to chance? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep asking those hard questions, and we'll see you next time.